Hello and welcome back. Today I have a Tektronix oscilloscope and I think it's about 25 years old. It is the TDS220 and in that time this was the first time that I started to use this smaller form factor, and it has 1 gigasamples per second, 100 megahertz, and it is a real-time sampling, the 1 gigasamples. So, and yeah, I've been told that it almost works like an analog scope, like the old-fashioned ones. So let's have a look. You can see 2 knobs are already missing. That just happened here. I think it has been in the sunlight and the plastic just went hard. So if you pull the knobs, it just breaks. But let's have a closer look first. Here it is, TDS220, 2-channel digital real-time sampling oscilloscope, 100 megahertz. 1 gigasamples per second, and big feet to keep it on the right position. Yeah, but what is normal with these oscilloscope is that the light starts to dim, the BNC start to get loose, but that is easy to fix, to solder, and I think the parts are still available also, but I think I will just solder that. I saw that on Nearfar Media from Jared. He already did the lighting and BNCs, so that was a great help. And the knobs I did find already, so I will show you the item numbers later. In the back here, it has the special module with the serial, with the parallel, and with the GPIB. And it seems like they did a modification here. It says PS mod sub 40003. I do remember that there has been a modification on the power supply, so that could be PS mod, and that had to do with an extra earth wire to the acquisition board. So maybe we can see that inside. First we need to try to remove the module. We try to remove the knobs and then we can open it, but let's just check if it even works. Yeah, Tektronix with a power button on the top. That really means you cannot stack anything on top. Maybe they don't want that, so it has sufficient cooling. But yeah, the first time I was really looking, where is my power button? Here would be a nice place for it, but they didn't. It is here on the top. Here we go. Yeah, all the tests passed. Push a button to continue. Okay. Well, it is indeed, maybe if I switch off the light, the backlight is not that bright anymore indeed. But it is still visible. I see in the camera is flickering, but it is not for me. I want to try to change the backlight, if that is possible. Here, increase contrast. No, that is really only contrast. Well, it doesn't seem you can increase the backlight. I haven't found it yet. It did come with 2 probes, very long, I must say. They don't do that anymore, this long. And I think they are original. 300 volt, and indeed it's Tektronix, the P6112 100 megahertz 10 times. So it is probably the original. So let's see if that still works. And it came with 2, and it even has an auto set button already, which is great. Poof, there it is. It works. If this is one of the first digital oscilloscopes, it actually works really, really good. It just immediately puff triggers. Let me see if I can also put the other channel. Both channels work. Can we zoom in a little bit more? 10 micro, 2.5 micro, 1 micro. How many nanos we can do? 5 nanos. can we put also some measurement? Okay. Frequency, of course, it doesn't do it. Period. Peak, peak. Okay, well, for the frequency we probably need to zoom out a bit to be able to check the frequency. Yeah, it's exactly 1K, 5 volts peak peak, 1 millisecond. Well, also it is not that clean. It is all, well, it's just dirty after 25 years. And the problem with these knobs is that I think due to the UV light, they just become hard, and they just broke when I tried to pull it off. So, well, this one is still good. But yeah, the other two, oh, this just falls off by itself. The other two just broke when I did that. Well, to open it, you need to remove all your buttons from the front. I did that. You need to remove your power button. If not, you break your power switch in here. You don't want that, so you pull that out first. Also, because of the module, we need to take the module out. And I think I need to push, lift it, and then tilt it. So instead of using a screwdriver, I'm using this, I don't know, the dentist tools. This is great because a screwdriver can just really leave marks. Okay, so push in the top, push it up, then we should be able to tilt it, and there is a connector in the bottom, so there it is. This is not something you want to do daily. It is a bit scary. And what does it say here? August 97. And you need to be careful for statics, and so I should. Okay, that is out. Where are the screws? Oh, they are behind, so we can probably pull this. Now we get this off. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, I broke one. But it is still stuck. So this one you need to put in this direction, and that one in that direction. Okay, well, it is still stuck. And here are the screws. Only two. And it seems to be Torx. Yeah, here we go. Okay, ooh, very long. Okay. Okay, this opens here. It seems to be stuck still in the bottom. I'm not sure how that works. Oh, here it lifts. So again, I will get my dentist tools. Yeah. Here we go. Yes, here it is. Here is all shielding, static, finishing. Yeah, it is. And here I see some earth wire, maybe this is that modification. But I need to open a lot more if I want to access the rest. What is this? This was just here to make contact with the back, I think. Alright, here we go. It opens. All the buttons. So we can clean this. Perfect. I have some scratches on the screen. That is a real pity. And not sure if I can clean that. Okay, if I want to get this board out, it seems it needs to slide out, but here I have my connectors and that is then stuck to the display, so we need to get the display out also, and then this can slide out. So the display has here the power for the CCFL. Then I have here the connector for this display itself, I think. You can just pull that out, I think. Yeah, it's just pulling. Okay. Then let's see. Okay, then we can lift this out and slide it out. Take that cable here. Okay, we have the whole display unit. So we can access also that light. That is good. Now let's see how we remove the whole BNC thing. Power supply. What else? I think we should be able now to push it out. Oh, it is really dusty. And the BNCs are sort of loose. And we can try to solder. Oh, this one is completely, it's just broken off here. It's almost not grounded. Okay. Hopefully we can solder that so I don't need to buy new ones. Okay, by far not my best work, but it is soldered. It's stuck again, so just cleaning a little bit the flux, and then we have the BNCs sorted, and then we need to go to the backlight. Okay, the board is done. The BNCs are stuck again by the soldering, so that is good. The earth wire I can just do from here extra to the plug, because this whole shield is connected again to the ground of all the BNCs, so I'm not gonna make it too complicated. I can do that later. I tried to polish again with my brush cleaner to try to get the scratches out. It improved a lot, but it is still there are a lot of scratches. I'm a bit afraid I really cannot get rid of these. It is too deep. So maybe look for a new plastic or just see what is the result. Maybe it's not that bad. Now we can change the LCD backlight. And here it is. And it is just a tube that is connected there. I did just with my nail unclick this and then it is here. Some people have here a little tube, but here I see it is not, and it did burn his hours. You can see it's completely black here. I have here, they come in two. I have two sizes and two. So these are, yeah, these are too thin. The size is okay, but this is, I have two others here. Yeah, this looks a lot better. You can buy these for like 10 euros for a pair. And is the connector the same? Because then I will just plug it over. No, it is not. Then I need to change the wires. But it does seem to fit. That is a good thing. Okay, let's try to put that back together. I think it is now first the board, and then the screen slides over it. I think that is what we did. Let me see if that fits. Okay, getting the acquisition board or the imports, that was a bit of a struggle because of the soldering I did. It didn't fit that nice anymore, but in the end just use a lot of force and it is done. Now I need to get try to get the display back in. So there was a bit of a struggle with the input port, but it is good, and the BNCs are still stuck, and well, it looks a lot cleaner. We can have a quick look if it lights up, but just put the acquisition model in the back and put the buttons on. I'm going to have a quick look if it powers on, just to see if the light that we replaced, that it actually worked. I need my power button. It does start up. It needs usually a little time to get brighter. So, but it looks good. And it seems that the scratches do seem less. So that oscilloscope does look a lot better. It's almost back to a creamy white. All the buttons are back there, all the knobs are back. The display, the light is much more equal, and it will be even better because it's now switched on for 15 minutes, but after an hour you can really see that it starts to be better. If I switch it off, look at this. So much brighter, so much more equal. Yeah, good, I did that. So just playing with a little rise time generator. I put a terminator because this one cannot be set to 50 ohms. So I have my inline terminator. And let's see if we can see frequency we will not see. if we could see a rise time, but we can't. Frequency should be 10, I think. Yeah, 10 megahertz. So we need to guesstimate a little bit rise time. What is 10%? So a little bit off there, a little bit off. I would say around 3 nanoseconds. And it's of course because it is 100 megahertz. So that was quite an operation. We fixed the BNCs. Instead of replacing them, I could just solder them. And because it was soldered, it didn't fit that well again in this plastic housing, so I needed to make a little bit more space. So maybe it would have been a better idea to just have replaced the BNCs. I think RS has those. But I didn't. But in the end, it was not needed. It was just a little bit of a struggle. I do like that I replaced the backlight because it just, I'm not sure you can see it on camera, but with the eye, it really looks a lot better, much more equal, more white. So that is great. I was lucky to be able to find just on the AliExpress also the knobs. So now all my knobs are okay. A few were broken. I will leave all the items also in the bottom of the backlight of the knobs also. So thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time.